Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck.
Wow, way to go, Barry.
I'm so impressed by your board state, I forgot my own little guy.
I'm down to Slapbox too, I'm down.
Oh no, that's a pretty good one to lose too.
It's about sending a message.
I'm tricking you, it'll never work.
If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out.
Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. We want to give you the true LGS experience. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck. I have a very special guest today, and all my guests. But there's one particular guest today that is very much alive.
He's back from the dead!
As always, I love playing paper Magic with all my friends, but especially my ones who are alive and here and doing very well.
I'm Barry, good to be back. I'm kind of new to Magic. I haven't been playing for a while, been busy, but it's great to be back.
Great to have you back, man.
Thank you.
Barry.
I still love you equally. I just, he hasn't been on the show in a year and a
I
half.
haven't seen Barry in a long time too.
She begged to be in this episode with you. She was like, I really want to
Some
get
of my
Barry.
favorite people to play Magic with.
And we got our award-winning patron.
With what award?
One of the biggest threats always.
Yeah, exactly. Big second place energy. I'm excited to be back. I'm here.
So let's rule 0. I'm actually using a normal commander. I do have some proxies in here. I do own most of the cards that I have proxied though. You read Nixilis, Captive King. Flying Trample 4/3. Whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, put a +1 counter on Nixilis, Captive King. Exile the top card of your library. Until the next end step, you may play that card. I'm ideally doing a lot of 1 damage. I also have the combo All is One. It's the red enchantment. So I think it goes infinite. This says whenever one of our opponents each loses a life. So a +1 counter goes on, you lose a life. +1 counter goes on, you lose a life. So
Yeah.
So that's the big combo with it. But besides when I do the combo, it's again, I'm just trying to have a lot of spells that just do 1 damage so I can get the counter, so I can get the exile, so I can hopefully play the card.
Mana barbs?
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of fun stuff in here.
I've played a food deck on the show before, but that was before Lord of the Rings came out. And now there's all kinds of food support, which is pretty exciting. I'm gonna play the partners Sam, Loyal Attendant, and Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit. Sam says it's legendary halfling peasant for a colorless, a green, and a white. And it says at the beginning of combat in your turn, create a food token. An activated ability is a food to control, costs 1 colorless less to activate. And then Frodo says, it has vigilance, it's a 1/3, and whenever it attacks, if I gain 3 more life this turn, the ring tempts you. And just to be safe, I brought the ring with me. This is the 1 ring, this is real. Then if Frodo is your ring bearer and the ring has tempted you 2 or more times this game, draw a card. So the game plan is to make a bunch of foods and do sort of some aristocratic stuff and then kind of open the way for Frodo to hopefully smack someone in the face.
So I've got Minsc and Boo, built this a little while back and slowly I've been working on it. Whenever I get a chance to make a Planeswalker my commander, Planeswalkers are my favorite cards. So what does Minsc do? When Minsc and Boo enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a legendary 1/1 hamster. So he comes in, he makes the hamster has trample and haste. And Minsc can only do 2 things. He can either put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target creature, which already has trample and haste, prime candidate, or you can -2 and you can sack a creature. And when you do, he deals X damage to any target, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. If that creature that I sacrificed happens to be a hamster, I draw X cards. So I'd like to put about 25 counters on this guy and sack him and hit somebody in the face and put the game to bed.
Absolutely.
So I'm bringing Brimaz, Blight of Oreskos. Whenever I cast a Phyrexian creature or artifact creature spell, incubate X, where X is the spell CMC. And an incubator token, they're Phyrexian creatures. I can transform them from a token to a creature with 1/1 power equal to the incubate right? At the beginning of each end step, if a Phyrexian died under my control this turn, proliferate. Using a lot of artifacts, support, snow tutors, 2 pieces of fast mana. They're proxies of ones that I have that I don't want to move around a bunch, so.
On that comment, I also have a couple of pieces of fast mana and some tutors, but I also run a lot of basic lands to kind of even that out.
Looks like we all might be tutoring a little bit here.
I won't.
Might have
I'll be tutoring land.
You'll be tutoring us, because we're bad at Magic.
I hate your deck.
Let's roll to see who goes first.
All right, this is the 1.
6.
1-1-1.
It's a roll off. It's too late. Don't blink.
5.
Today I'm
so
a food guy.
I go first.
Yeah, I'm last. And
Everyone's
I don't
ready?
like it, so.
Seems
Draw
kinda
for turn.
hostess.
I will play a Badlands, and I'll pass turn.
Draw a forest, but a cool Lord of the Rings looking forest. One of the 2 pieces of fast mana, I'll play a Jeweled Lotus.
Ow.
I know. Saga tap it for 3 white, floating 3 white, floating 1 green, and I'll play Sam Loyal Attendant. I'll let the floating fizzle. I'll move to combat. Beginning of combat trigger happens, I create a food token.
You love your foods.
I do love food.
You're such a
Well,
food
I was
lover.
food before it was cool, and now it is cool.
Oh, I get it.
And now, when that set came out, I cried at my desk.
When I think of food, magic-wise food, I do think of you.
It's me and no one. So I'll make my 1 food token, and I'll move to my end step into you.
That is a hell of a turn 1. I thought I was doing okay. Draw, I'm not doing okay. I got a basic forest, and I've got some old classic magic here. Yanawar Elf.
Lawnmower elves.
As the lawnmower elves, yeah.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play Scrubland. Pass.
All right, I will draw for turn. Play a command tower. I gotta pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, and then Datha Triome tapped. Tap my 1 green, many partings. Says search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in my hand, then make a food. So I'm gonna go look for a basic land card and make a food.
There hasn't been a single card from this Lord of the Rings set that is bad.
I got my land, I will make a food. I'm gonna move to combat.
When you move to combat, you make another.
Yep, beginning of combat trigger.
That spell puts the land to your hand, right?
Yep, it sure does. I'll swing at Lynch.
I take 2.
Yep.
Yeah, they smoked that hobbit leaf.
Like that halfling
What
grass.
year was it? 1420?
1420.
Is it really?
The year of the best food and the growth after the scorching of the show.
I've never seen any Lord of the Rings, so I'm a fraud. Go ahead.
Really?
They got the extended versions on
All
HBO
who
Max
let
right
this-
now.
Let him in here.
Well, I got to see the One Ring.
You don't got 13, 14 hours to watch a couple movies?
No, I'm like-
Take
Untap,
it.
upkeep, draw. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna cast Ozolith. So Ozolith allows me to rescue 1/1 counters so they don't get wasted. Whenever a creature that I control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, I can just put those counters on the Ozolith. At the beginning of combat on my turn, if the Ozolith has counters on it, I may move those counters onto a target. I will also play, don't yell at me, it's just a tapped Stomping Ground.
Whoa.
Save my life for now. And I too am gonna go to combat. Hey, Mr. Food Guy.
Yes, chef.
Lawnmower Elf coming your way.
All right, I will take the one from the lawnmower.
You deserve it for that turn 1 drop. Go ahead, fast turn.
You know what? Get it.
Chill, chill.
Isolated Chapel comes in untapped because of Scrubland. Nice simple turn 2 talisman. See, I still play some fair magic. Unlike somebody.
Huh?
Pass.
Untap draw. I'll play a mountain. I will pass the turn. Draw.
Why is everyone looking at me like that? Play the swamp. I will tap the Triumph for white and the swamp for black, and I'll go get Frodo. So now the boys are here.
I was just kidding with the Yanawar Elf.
No, I remember. No, this is fine. This is what you wanted.
It's a joke.
I will then pay 1 green for Elves of Deep Shadow. So it's like the cool edgy version of Llanowar Elves.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Yes, Mom.
It's more risque.
Aw, chime in. Beginning of combat trigger, I'll make a food, and I'll hit you with my frying pan.
Aw. I guess I get 2 of those green leaf damages too.
And then after that, I'll pass the turns.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oy vey. All right, here's what we got. We got an Arid Mesa. I'm gonna crack it. Pay a life, go get my, and search for a mountain.
I will respond.
Oh, I knew it.
This guy.
Opposition agent.
Oh my God.
An opponent is searching the library, exile the card they find. You may play this card exiled. So I do get to see your hand.
My hand or my library?
Because I control you, I get to see your hand though. I get to see both. I know it, because I control you during the search. But I can't.
I'm gonna scoop and respond. You don't see anything. You're gonna be largely unimpressed, young man.
I just get to know information. All right, so then I just get to exile a card, which I'll probably just do a mountain. All right, so I'll just get a mountain.
And I do not appreciate that whatsoever.
Punch him in the face.
I would love to, but my lawnmower elf doesn't mess with 3/2s.
Punch Eileen in the face.
Whoa, whoa.
I'll pass the turn with my head held high.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Play my planes as a land for turn, and then I'm just gonna keep minding my own business. Tap 3, cast Dark Tutelage. 3 mana enchantment that says at the beginning of my upkeep, reveal the top card of my library, lose life equal to that card's CMC, and put that into my hand. Kind of like Bob. Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Go ahead and play a Urborg, so we all have swamps. I will go ahead and just tap 3, and I'm going to cast a Pain Distributor. Whenever a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a treasure token. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, Pain Distributor deals 1 damage to that player.
That seems targeted.
I'm trying to make you accountable.
Oh.
You can't just go wild scot-free.
I'm gonna go wild.
I pass the turn.
Okay, untap, upkeep, nothing happens. I'll draw for turn. I'll look at my card. I'll think. I will pay 3. I'll play Tireless Provisioner, the cool Lord of the Rings printing. It says, whenever land enters the battlefield under my control, create a food token or a treasure token. So I get to choose. This is my
That's his
spell.
first spell.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
on
you get a
cast,
treasure token.
You get a treasure.
I get a treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the Provisioner resolves.
I will then play a Sandstep Citadel, tap for turn. Tireless Provisioner sees it. I'll make a treasure token. That seems like the right thing to do. Tap the Elves of Deep Shadow for 1 black mana, pinging myself for 1 to pop 1 food token. Tap 1 food token, crack it, sack it, and gain 3 life. It costs 1 less because of Sam.
So you're only going to gain
One thing.
2 because when it leaves play, this is going to hit you for a damage.
Yeah.
Okay, you net a positive of 1.
Yeah, I just want to trigger Frodo. This says if you gain 3 more life
right.
this turn, something happens. As long as that happens.
So you gain 3 life. It hit the graveyard. You lose a life.
Yep. Now I'm gonna move to combat. So first things first, Sam trigger happens beginning of combat. I'm gonna make a food. I'm gonna swing both of these at Eiley, just being fair. I'll swing around the board.
Vigilance.
This one has vigilance. On attack, I gain 3 more life this turn, then the ring tempts me. Absolutely, get that
You don't
ghetto
like that.
version? Are you kidding me?
You don't like seeing that? Can I just put it there?
No.
So the ring has tempted me.
Yep.
So both of these will swing at you. So it's 3 across the board.
3 damage. 2 from Sam and 1 from Frodo.
And then second
Very
main.
small sword.
Whoa, it's not about the size of the sword. Second main phase, nothing happens on my end. I'll pass the turn to you.
If you watch the movie, you would know that with halflings, it's all about the size. All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Mike, I'm still mad at you.
I know, I'm sorry.
It just still hurts.
I was really hoping to do it to Ray.
Ah.
Just remember that, Ray, next time you send
Yeah.
Sam my way.
Well, you said you had a lot of tutors, so I was hoping you'd de-tutor
Just
something.
like some tutors.
All right. Ray's got green, you've got red, I've got an exotic orchard, so that's good for both.
That's hot.
Thank you for respecting the orchard. Alrighty, you know what, guys? I need to get something going here. Am tempted to play Minsc and Boo, however.
Tempted?
Got something in hand, Mike. Don't say it. Forgotten Ancient. Don't forget about him. He's ancient.
You do get a treasure.
Oh, I do get a treasure. All right.
Speaking.
A treasure. I want.
I give, I don't just take.
Forgotten Ancient is simple. He's a 0/3. He says that whenever a player casts a spell, I may put a 1/1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may move any number of 1/1 counters from Forgotten Ancient onto other creatures. That cast with that treasure, I pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep trigger. Reveal a Progenitor Exarch.
So do you lose the life equal to the CMC? No worries.
I'll play my land for the turn. I will tap 4 to cast Brimaz.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you casting a spell?
My first spell.
Well, that's
Yes,
going to
yes.
trigger him first, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a 1/1 counter there.
A treasure, you say? I guess I'll keep it and pass the turn.
I don't like that.
I draw for turn in Exotic Orchard. Tap
Deja vu.
4, and I'll cast my commander.
Oh, are you casting a spell? I'm going to go ahead and put a counter on this.
I get a treasure that says whenever a player.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the one that I could do is I'll tap and sack the treasure. I'll tap the command tower.
Pain Distributor doesn't touch you. It just says opponents.
opponents.
Okay.
Yep.
oh.
I will go ahead and destroy your Provisioner with a braid.
Orale.
I'll shoot the Provisioner.
Fair enough.
Is that to open up for an attack?
Yes.
That's
and
what
then
I
I'm going to swing on you with Opposition Agent.
I'm down to slap box too. I'm down.
I don't know, that's a pretty good one to lose too.
It's about sending a message. Rude. Okay, sounds good. I'll take the 3 damage from an opposition agent. I'll go down to 37.
I am going to be passing my turn to you, sir.
Pass the turn to me, I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a Shattered Sanctum. It comes in untap because I have 2 or more other lands.
You sure do. You're not short on lands there, buddy. You didn't get your land stolen.
1, 2, and 3. I will play Peregrine Took. It's a 2/3. It says if one or more tokens would be created under my control, those tokens plus an extra food token are created instead. And then I can sack 3 foods and draw a card.
Best 26 cents you ever spent.
It's exactly. It's my first spell this turn. So you guys.
You get a treasure. I get a counter. Thanks for reminding me. I'm so impressed by your board state. I forgot my own little guy.
He comes in. Let me think.
Don't hurt yourself.
It's. I'm
He's
steaming.
hitting the thinking button on Arena. It's
I
like
know.
thinking. Don't get mad.
Please.
Your go. Your go. Hello. You should do an episode where we're only allowed to use the MTG Arena talk points. Hello. Your go. Hello. Your go. So all we're gonna do is add intonation to it. Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
I will move to combat. Combat trigger happens. Sam happens. Took sees it. One more for the one time. I have 7 foods. I'm in combat. I'm going to pay 2. 1 black, 1 green. Assassin's Trophy, the Pain Distributor. Because I cannot function losing my fight.
Oh, wait, you're casting a spell. I'm gonna go ahead and put a counter on that.
My man.
I'm going to Deflecting Swat.
You are casting a spell. I'm gonna go ahead and put a counter on this.
And I'm going to destroy Frodo. And I don't have to pay for it because I control my commander.
All right, that resolves. I get to go get a land.
Hey.
Thanks.
You don't. I do.
Hey.
Shit!
And I get to see your hand.
No, I don't think there's anything in there.
Oh man, this guy, that's a violation. Somebody needs that op agent.
I'll
off the
just
board.
take the swamp.
Yeah, it's dead.
Ring is no longer on anybody.
Rings no longer.
But it still it's like an emblem.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
still there with that many temptations. I'm gonna respond to the Deflecting Swap. Everything that's happening over there will still happen.
Okay.
In response, I'll sack a treasure.
In response, you're going to lose a life. I'm going to get a +1 counter.
Yes.
Don't sack them yet.
Trigger, whenever opponent loses exactly 1 life, which you did, I put a +1 counter. Exile a top card of your library. I may play it at the beginning of next end step. Gamble is until the beginning of the next end step.
Okay. I paid the 1. Oh.
To
Yeah,
crack
he's
a
gonna
food.
die. He's not gonna be there.
Oh, I'll just leave that floating because I'm an idiot.
Oh, don't talk bad about my friend Ray.
Okay, all right. Everything resolves. It's shuffled. I'm good. I will now move to declare attackers because I never even got a chance to get there.
You're in attacks.
Go past the turn.
Sadly, pass the turn.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why didn't you want to crack a food? I don't understand. Been there. You didn't want a take back shot either, huh? So if you want to do a take back, you got to take a shot first. Then
I will never do a take back if that's the consequence. All right, here we go.
You should have seen the first time your son did, where after he took it, he was like,
I heard my son said I was dead.
Oh yeah.
and you're alive.
And I'm not.
He likes joking.
We've untapped.
Yep.
There's no upkeep. I'm gonna draw. Go.
Goofed.
Drop a land. That's a mountain for the turn. I know what to do. I remember how this works.
Pass.
All right.
That is an option.
We're gonna tap 4.
Hell yeah.
1 green, 1 red, 2. We're gonna cast Minsc and Boo, Timeless Heroes.
Planeswalker's here.
When Minsc and Boo enters the battlefield, I'm gonna go ahead and create a 1/1 Boo token. He has Trample, he has Haste, and this guy has 3 loyalty counters on him. Flavor text on Boo says, by the way, go for the eyes, Boo. When he throws them
Stay
at
away
you.
from my eyes.
I did cast a spell. I do get my own trigger. Get one of these treasure tokens from your Pain Distributor.
Trigger.
So this guy is a 5/4 right now, and he is the scariest dude.
He's
on
really
here.
dangerous.
Nervous about him.
I blacked out. What happened?
I'm gonna go to combat.
Crumbat.
I will do nothing and go to my second main phase, plus this to 4, and I will put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target creature that has Trample and Haste. 3 counters go on Boo. He is now a 4/4 Trample Haste. Pass my miserable turn.
Untap.
Blow it up.
Upkeep. Reveal 4. Hedron Archive, a mana rock. Put that into my hand. Draw step. Let's go and play this swamp. I will spend 4 Crystalline Crawler.
That's gonna put another counter on Forgotten Ancient.
Gonna get myself another treasure. Treasure! I'm gonna create an incubator token. It'll be a 4/4. This is gonna enter the battlefield with Converge 2. Use 2 colors to cast it, and I can remove the 1/1 counters to make mana of any color. I think I'm gonna use 1, cast that Progenitor Mimic, trigger. I'm going to make a 1/1 incubator token.
So you didn't crack any treasures.
Nope.
Untap.
Pain Distributor. I've never heard of that card in my lifetime, and I'm raging.
And now I'll never forget it.
Yeah, no.
Trauma, dude.
My dreams, dude. Have you heard of Pain Distributor?
No, this is the first time. That used to be my nickname in high school.
Just roundhouses in the hallways, or what?
Mostly distributed pain to myself.
I know.
It was mostly
I'm an
self-inflicted
idiot.
harm.
I'm an idiot.
I can tell you who the trouble isn't.
Who?
The guy who doesn't have a turn 3 mountain.
But neither is the guy who couldn't have a turn 4 swamp.
Maybe, should I gamble?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Don't do it.
Gamble.
Don't do it.
Gamble, yes.
Well, you mean actually casting red Entomb?
No, it always works.
Pay 1 red, and I'm going to gamble.
Trigger.
Trigger. I get a treasure. I don't have to reveal it. I'm the one thing holding this food deck in check.
Why do you think I haven't killed it yet?
Eileen, let's be friends.
But why don't you cut me, since you...
Yeah.
Cut him. Put the shiv away.
There you go, brother.
I cut your deck.
Yeah. I caught your deck.
We rolling? At
let him
1,
pick.
2, 3, 4, 5, or is Barry picking?
Why don't you
piggy.
shuffle them and just let them pick one?
Do the right thing. Yup.
That one.
That feels hot.
Safety in
Get rid of
I
middle.
may have touched
It's the combo piece. Let's go.
You told me to do it.
It's not you, then who? Come on.
I think
Yeah, you got my combo
Holy
piece.
shit.
You realize that was never gonna happen, right?
I love to gamble.
Dude, nice red Entomb.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
You're just mad. Has gamble never worked for you?
No.
I'll play the Scalding turn.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll crack. I'll get the Blood Crypt and I'll let it come in tapped. I go to combat. Okay. So I'll swing in the air at huge because you can gain life with foods.
No, because I lose life every time I do it.
I know, but you have the potential to gain a lot. I'm gonna swing at you for 5 commander damage with Obnix. Only because you have a lot of food and you're able to gain a lot of life.
You're just lucky Sam can't fly.
Sam would stab my demon.
Sam would get up in the
Smack
air
him with
and
the frying
block.
pan.
So I'm gonna pass turn and see what happens.
It's all you can do in life sometimes.
Just me at home. I passed the turn.
So,
This is a really, having the Ozlith out here, you're in a pretty good position.
Why did we swing him? Okay, it's fine.
Because I don't want the crack back from Barry right now. That's a big crack back. He can move all these counters over here.
Dude, crack his back,
Now, hold on.
for example,
Goldbriar
when I
does, though.
sacrifice Boo after cracking you with it in the head.
You cracking me in the head with it?
No, I'm just saying for example.
I will tap 3, 1, 2, 3, Inspiring Statuary. It says non-artifact spells I have improvise, which means my artifacts can help cast those spells. Each artifact I tap after I'm done activating mana abilities pays for 1 colorless mana. This is first spell G or trigger. Did you get your trigger?
I need a trigger, but I'm
get a treasure.
mesmerized by the power of this card in this deck.
Yes,
Colorless.
trigger Pain Distributor to give you the treasure. Trigger.
I will then tap, not sacrifice, 2 food tokens. These ones are tapped.
Yeah, black or tap.
Beautiful.
Red is not.
2 colors floating. I'll then tap for 1 white saga that says of herbs and stewed rabbit.
I like that one.
Trigger.
Yes, it is.
First chapter of the saga says put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature and make a food token. So I will put 1 +1/+1 counter on.
It says on up to 1 target creature, not 1 target creature that you
I'm not giving you extra +1.
I'm just saying if you.
If I give you one, will you swing at me?
All right, keep your 1/1 counter. I like my freedom.
Yeah, boy. +1/+1 counter is going to go to Sam. So it's now a 3/5. It's a +1/+1 counter. It also says make a food, which I will, but dink. This one says I get another one. I move to combat. I make a food, makes me an extra one. I'll now move to declare attacks. I'm swinging your way with Sam.
I will take it.
Okay. He's the leaf, because the halflings like that,
So
I
I have
heard.
5 halfling damage.
You're smoking pipes throughout the whole trilogy, man.
Dude, I love Portland. Wait. That's what you can like visit the village. It's like a thing, right?
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
a
gone?
whole thing. No, I would love to.
Pass to you.
Thank you. Untap. Upkeep. Now at the beginning of my upkeep, I'm gonna transfer 11 counters on to Boo.
I sense danger.
11 plus 3, I'm at 14 counters. That hamster's a big boy.
Somebody's gonna die.
Let's go to draw. This time I'll just draw 1. Ooh, you ever draw a card that changes your whole game plan? I'll tap 4, plus that 1 green for the Yanawar Elf, and I will cast Doubling Season. When I cast a spell, a couple things happen. I'm gonna get a counter here on the cast.
Treasure for my pain distributor.
And then I'm gonna get a treasure on the cast. And that's the last time I'm only gonna take 1 treasure, 1 counter. From now on, we're gonna double those tokens and we're gonna double those counters.
Double your fun with double Midgame.
Trademark.
Mike, I love that you're so chirpy and upbeat. Let's move to combat.
Hell
Yeah.
Mike, I gotta send Boo your way. 15-15 trampler.
I'm gonna take 15.
My face.
Go for the eyes, Boo. No, I'm kidding. He only goes for the eyes
Get
when
the
I
hamster outta
sacrifice
here.
him.
Okay.
During the second main, I'm gonna -2, and I will sacrifice him, dealing 15 damage to any one target. You. To
Okay.
your life.
I would take the 15 damage.
If the sacrificed creature was a hamster, draw X cards.
Is that a hamster?
It is.
Just check.
And since it did 15 damage, I'm gonna draw 15. Go for the eyes.
Get around those glasses. You gotta
1,
throw them
2,
from a
3,
side angle.
4,
Special
5.
yeah, the curveball pitch.
15 cards to the hand. Land for the turn. I'll play a game trail, and I will let you guys know that I do have a forest in hand.
Thanks for the information. I appreciate that.
Game trail can come in untapped.
Okay.
That's a full hand of 7. I'm gonna discard everything, including that forest, but I'm also gonna discard anger. Since it's in the graveyard, all my creatures have haste.
At the end of turn, I'm gonna transform an incubator token.
You have a lot of triggers happening.
There was.
Because you had Boo leave with 14 plus 1 counters
I'm gonna
on the
put
Ozolith.
14 counters on the Ozolith, but with doubling season, it's actually 28 counters.
This is where we shouldn't have fought, and you should have Assassin Trophied that more than
I
this.
don't like that attitude.
Here's the thing, you're right.
We gotta work on our relationship, Ray.
I am not your enemy, guys. I'm here.
What do you mean?
Well, a trampler hamster that'll be hasty.
There is no trampling hamster.
It's gonna.
There will be.
How much does it cost to get it out?
Oh, it's free during my next upkeep. I just get him back. When he enters, he can make the hamster, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I can make a hamster.
So untap, upkeep trigger, will reveal a Phyrexian Obliterator.
It's only 4, huh?
Yep, draw for turn, yes. Draw my land, or play my land for the turn. Tap this to put a counter on it. Spend 4 mana, play Phyrexian Vindicator.
Another treasure. So you get 3
Yeah.
treasures.
Shows the one.
And you get a counter.
Oh, yes. The Forgotten Ancient, I had forgotten.
You actually get another counter.
Oh, the doubling season, I had forgotten.
4 black, and I have to use the talisman to pay a life, so that'll trigger your commander.
This will give me a +1 counter, which will exile the luxury suite underneath my commander.
That 4 black will be for the Obliterator. Another 4/4 incubator token.
So you just casted the Obliterator?
And the Vindicator.
Oh, so you get another trigger?
I get double triggers this time. Thank you.
Remember that?
And that, if I remember,
So dead.
Phyrexian Vindicator, whenever damage is dealt to it, I can prevent that damage and redirect it to any target. Phyrexian Obliterator, when it is dealt damage, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents.
Untap, draw for turn. I'm going to tap a 1, 2, 3, 2 black. I will cast a Suit Imp. Whenever a player plays a non-black spell, that player loses 1 life.
Trigger.
You get into it before I can get to it.
What I can do is I can play the luxury suite for the land for turn.
Your death is imminent.
No, you're at 16, so he can kill either one. Me or you are
We
dead
need
if
to
he
get rid of
wants.
him now.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa, guys.
It has flying. He doesn't have reach. You can kill Minsc and Boo now before he gets a chance to get the hamster back.
You.
oh, you're talking about, you mean I can kill the commander with my flyer?
Yes.
Whoa!
I totally forgot to attack.
I feel a little bit
doesn't.
targeted.
Yeah, I should probably
just hit
do
us
that.
for
I should
30.
if I don't kill your commander, will you not swing at me next turn?
Don't give him the leeway.
Sure, if that's what you
Don't
want.
do it.
My life will not be lost from a sacrificing Boo or an attacking Boo.
Oh, he doesn't
Are
want
you
that
able to
deal.
make that deal?
So I can't sack Boo and hit you, and I can't attack you.
Correct.
Fine.
Ooh.
Okay, so then in turn, I'll pass to Ray.
Untap, on untap. These were the tapped ones.
Right,
They're
I
now
remember before.
untapped. I didn't gain any more. They're just now cool. Draw for turn. After draw step, the second chapter happens. It says draw a card, make a food. I drew a card, I'll make a food. Guess what? I make 1 more because of took.
Peregrine took, man.
There's 26 cents.
Those freaking hobbits.
Do the same thing as before. I will tap 2 foods. They're not getting sacrificed. I'm tapping them with using Inspiring Statuary to pay for the commander tax for Frodo. I will tap 1 black and 1 white to cast Frodo.
And you get a treasure.
And I make a treasure, my man.
And you go to 8, which then takes you to 9 on your Forgotten Agent.
I was scheming on my next move.
I know, you're so excited.
Land for turn, it's a bayou.
I'll buy you some dinner later. Waiting for you to eat.
Chill out with the board state.
The Phyrexian Vindicator and Obliterator and the Incubator.
The 28 Ozolith counter.
What? No.
Do you have a way to blow up Ozolith? Otherwise, I have to sack foods to draw to hope.
I don't.
I do not.
Whoa!
I'm not letting you
Crossboarding.
Let's see what you got.
Do I risk it?
Risk
Risk
it.
it.
Don't.
We're here for
All
a
right.
biscuit.
Yes, I like to risk.
Ray, I've seen you only do really awesome things, which is why I keep inviting you back. He's not just because he's a patron, but he's a patron who's very creative with his building, and I enjoy it.
You're trusting Gamble Boy to risk it? You're gonna risk it for a biscuit?
Oh, he calls me Gamble Boy.
Use Tuck's ability and pray. It says sack 3 foods and draw a card. The 2 tapped ones plus 1 untapped one.
Are they sacking 1 at a time?
Yes.
Sacrifice 3.
It's still going to trigger
Okay.
each individual one.
Yes.
Can we just
Never-
double check the ruling on
Yeah.
that?
Whenever any artifact goes to the graveyard, no, it's doing 1
Three
3
times.
times.
Separate
3
triggers.
pings. Yep. So
Which is going to give me, so then I exile 1 card, Mox Opal. Then I get another counter, exile another card, Snow-Covered Swamp. Get another counter to 5, exile a card, Mana Confluence. Come on, give me something.
Show me the
that's
money.
a spell.
Wait, I got you. Bap. And I'll draw a card.
What you looking at, man?
Huh?
I'm so glad you're here,
I don't
bud.
like this guy eyeballing my board state here, man.
Dude, Ray's a good player. Eiley's a good player. This is all solid players here. You could say this is some IHYD All-Stars up in this mother.
I'm gonna pay colorless white black.
I don't like that he's not drawing more.
I'm gonna Anguished Unmaking Ozolith. I actually drew it with exile target non-land permanent and I lose 3 life. Worth.
That's what you want to do. You want to destroy the Ozolith.
Exile.
Exile it.
That's never happened in my life.
And that's a black spell.
That's a black spell.
Top deck.
When you cast that, I do get my 2 counters here.
Go ahead.
So it goes to 11.
King.
It actually happened the way I wanted it to work.
Fixed election, I want to recount. Untap. Upkeep.
You got yourself that biscuit?
I did. Food deck.
Beginning of my upkeep, I'm going to make boo. Ask me what it cost.
Everything.
An Ozolith.
We will draw for the turn. Oh, Ray. Mountain as my land for the turn.
Hello? No, he's bullying me.
I'm gonna plus Minsc and boo.
You get
I'm
one
gonna
more.
put, oh yeah, even that guy benefits.
No, that one doesn't work. So this is a cost, not an effect. That specifies effect.
It's when they come in to play that it doubles them.
Yep.
I learned something.
I'm gonna up this to 3, I'm gonna plus 1, and I'm gonna put 3 1/1 counters on the target creature with trample or haste. They all have haste, it's anger. But I'm gonna put the 3 counters on boo.
You get 6
Doubling season, that's 6. Thanks, Ray. Can't be my friend now, it's too late.
I've been your friend all game.
I'm gonna get 2 green and 3 generic. I'm gonna cast Defiler of Vigor. Defiler of Vigor is a 6/6 trample, Phyrexian Worm. As an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, I may pay 2 life, and those spells will cost 1 green pip less to cast if I paid life in this way. So for all my spells, instead of paying green,
And that's your first spell you cast?
It's my first spell, so I'm gonna get 2
there are
treasures,
2 treasures.
And another trigger.
and I'm gonna get 2
It's
of these.
non-black, so you'll lose 1 life,
I'm gonna lose 1 life.
which will trigger up Nixilis. I'll get another counter.
That did trigger Forgotten Ancient. He went from 11 to 13.
The +1 counter,
Yes.
exile, Orcish Bowmasters. Dude, come on, Lord of the Rings flair. I love that.
So the other thing that this guy does is whenever I cast a green permanent spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature I control.
Ouch.
All right, here we go then.
I have a feeling he's gonna play a green permanent spell.
I have
I
a
am.
feeling.
I'm gonna tap
Tonight's
Exotic
gonna be a
Orchard,
good night for Barry.
and I'm gonna pay the 2 life.
Bop bop.
I'm gonna cast this card,
Sylvan Library.
Sylvan Library. Good guess.
Trigger, Imp, it's a non-black spell, you lose a life. Trigger, Forgotten Ancient, you get 2 more. Trigger, because you lost a life, I go to 7 counters, exile another spell.
Whoa.
Parasite, I don't know how to pronounce it. That player.
Degarect?
I need everyone to relax.
I need everyone to calm
take it down a notch.
down.
Get wrecked Parasite, that's what we're gonna call it. Kadekarek Parasite. I swear, YouTube, I don't try to say words wrong. It's just talking is hard.
We should see how many tries it takes.
You read this card and tell me what it's called in the comments.
Oh, don't tempt them.
Kedorect. Kedorect Parasite. That's what I'm gonna go with. Final answer.
Hell yeah, seems hot.
Okay.
He also gets his trigger because he casted a
Right, so
permanent
what's
spell.
gonna happen now is I'm gonna get a 1/1 counter on each creature I control, doubling season, 2 1/1 counters on each creature I control. This is gonna go to 17. This is gonna go to 8. And this is gonna go to 2. Just some 1/1 counters, guys. Oh, he also got 2 1/1 counters right there. Don't forget the main guy. That's it? That's all you had to offer? We can be friends? All right, with that in mind.
Seems pretty mild.
Was it? Whoa.
All right, I'll pass turn.
Whoa.
What?
I mean, listen, as much as I'm your friend,
Sure.
I feel like maybe.
Don't waste such an opportunity.
But also,
There's nowhere to go with a 9/9 trample right now. Can attack you and probably do some damage. With you with 13 life, with their board states being what it is, I don't want to keep looking like the big guy and then leave myself open to them. I'm going to pass turn.
At the end of Barry's turn, I'm going to tap the Deceiver Exarch to transform this Incubator token.
was that card out there already?
Or sorry, Progenitor Exarch.
Okay.
That's the one I meant. Untap, upkeep, reveal a land. Draw step. Pre-combat main phase. Play a land.
That 15 was just a down payment. You still own it.
I'm gonna tap 4. I'm gonna cast Master Splicer.
Trigger
Triggers.
for mine triggers first, right? Because I'm in the order.
Trigger. Trigger in said order. Resolve, resolve, resolve.
19.
You get a treasure token. You casted a non-black spell. You lose 1 life.
Sure.
That will trigger. I will get an 8. I will exile another card. Ooh, an arcane signet.
I have a trigger. I'm gonna make another.
Now we can do your triggers.
Thanks.
Now you can play.
I'm gonna make another 4/4 incubator token.
That's as.
I don't have enough of these, unfortunately.
I think you-
This will ETB, and I will make a 3/3 Phyrexian Golem. That's just from the cast and ETB.
Yep. Okay.
Go to combat. Declaration of attacks of the Obliterator. The fact that you can just fling it is really dangerous. I'll swing a 4/4 at you, Lynch.
Why would you do that when I have such a big creature?
Don't worry about it.
Math is for blockers.
Yeah, true.
How big is it?
4/4.
I'll just take the 4.
Ooh, okay.
No, I have no blockers.
He takes 5.
He is dead. Back to the
And
command
then
zone.
I'm taking 4.
4.
That's it?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we're getting close, buddy.
Tax of
We're
1 on
teenagers. We can't drive yet. I got a permit.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
Before the end of your turn, I'm going to sack 3 treasures for 3 red mana.
Trigger.
He's sacking 3 artifacts. We're doing the same thing again, Lynch.
I can respond.
Currently, Barry just sacked 3 treasures, triggering your pain
I'm
distribution.
taking 3 damage.
Yep.
I already hit myself, right? No, not yet.
1.
1, 2, 3.
Now this triggers once.
Flip it, ship it. he's
Ragavan for the first one.
Monkey!
Then I go to 10. Exile another one. Imp's Mischief. 11.
floating. Yar.
Exile another one. Mount
Ralph is
Doom.
gone.
That's all I got.
I'm going to cast Warp Your Commander.
Right? So while that's on the stack,
When I cast this, by the way, this goes to 20.
pay 2, a black, and it doesn't matter, and I'll cast Orcish Bowmasters.
This goes to 23.
That's my first spell. I get a treasure, because it's my first spell this turn. You also get pain for a non-black spell.
So exile 1 more.
Wow, yeah, so this goes up to 12. I exile a City of Brass. I'll tap 1 black, change target a spell with a single target, lose life equal to its mana cost. So I think I should cast Warp Your Forgotten Age.
On cast gets a counter. We'll be smart.
I don't know if you remembered I did that. This was public information. The
It's all
internet
part of
would
my
have
master plan.
Did you-
I'm going to respond to your spell.
it. Okay,
Did you lose the 3 life for Chaos Warp CMC?
Hasn't resolved
hasn't
yet.
resolved.
I'm
Look,
going
you-
to pay 2 life. Snakeskin Veil.
Okay.
I'll put a counter on that. It's going to be 2 counters.
Trigger.
And I get 2 counters for triggering the spell, so it's up to 29 counters.
On cast, the card that pings him goes off, and you get another trigger.
Non-black spell, boom, another trigger.
So it goes to 14. Cursed Totem. I did target that, right? Because I had to target before
Yes.
resolution, and now it's hexproof. The redirect,
Chaos
Redirect
Warp Fist.
but I
resolve.
still lose life. So 1, 2, 3, and this goes in my graveyard.
Now it's your turn, Mike.
Right, that's my turn. Jeez,
Yeah.
I got so lost in the sauce. I had no idea where I am. Where am I? Draw a card. I'm gonna play Mountain Doom. I'm gonna tap Urborg, cast Kedorek. It's my first spell this turn. I get a treasure.
And I'm gonna get 2 counters on Forgotten Ancient.
How big it? Jeez.
Third biggest. Boy, do what am I do?
Boy.
Tap 2. I'll cast Cursed Totem.
Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated.
I'm gonna respond to that. I'm gonna tap this to transform this incubator token. What's on the other side?
Because
An
you guys
angel.
are passing priority, I
We're good.
assume.
I'll tap this to put a 1/1 counter on it. Float the 2 mana.
Okay, I can continue.
Yes.
Wow, you guys have me sweating so hard. I'll do Exotic Orchard. I'm gonna cast Ragavan.
I'm gonna put 2 counters on Forgotten.
I'm gonna tap a Luxury Suite and a Badlands. And I'm gonna cast an Arcane Signet.
I'm gonna put 2 counters on Forgotten Ancient.
What are you doing?
You better have a game plan, bro.
These are just gonna be exiled because I'm not gonna be able to do them. If I were to remove, well, I guess you don't really have a really good hit on Eiley no matter what, huh?
Was he gonna try to structure a deal where he hurts me and sets me up to
No,
attack
no, I was-
someone else?
I was gonna say I could maybe remove this.
Don't
That's
do
magic.
it. Don't
yes,
do it.
Yes.
No.
Oh yes.
Lynch.
Remove it.
Lynch.
Remove it.
As your friend, as the
You have
award-winning
removal.
Why
Patreon.
have you used Lynch? You know what to do.
Just don't attack me. It's fine.
Lynch, blow that shit up.
If I were to be act right now, would that be fucking horrendous?
Be what?
For Blasphemous
Blasphemous
Act.
Act.
I mean, I'd be fired up.
Well, you're gonna sacrifice 13 permanents and I can redirect 13 damage.
Also, that part.
It's 13 damage.
So I think the way for me to survive, but I will be screwed.
is
Do it.
Don't do it.
Feed the swarm.
Okay. Destroy this one.
You're saying destroy that one, not this one?
Yes.
Okay.
why don't you just destroy this and then Blast Act kills everything else? This is the only thing you're not gonna kill with your Blasphemous Act. I'm tricking you. It'll never work. If you target my creature, I will stop your spell.
All right, so I'm gonna do the permanent one so that I don't have to sack the permanents.
Lose your life.
Okay.
Lose
Yep. I sack this and
1,
move
2,
back up.
3, 4. So the fact that this is
we
going to
can
live,
pronounce
I should probably hit Barry with this.
Probably
because he's
not.
going to
Probably,
live. I
yeah.
will get a crackback, and I got to go down swinging.
Probably not do that.
Lynch, do that.
All right, I'll make you a deal. If you don't do that, I won't attack you with Forgotten Ancient next turn.
No.
Lynch, he's not gonna attack you, he's gonna sack Boo and smack you in the fucking noggin.
Fine.
true.
I won't smack
have-
you in the, what'd you call it, fucking noggin?
Why
With
don't
Boo.
you? Because I should swing before I blow the whole
Is this a
board up.
3-on-1?
All right, so I'll go to combat. I'll go in the air at Ray. The games have to end with 18-17 flying up Nixilis Captive King.
That's a solid decision.
And he's dressed for success,
Strong.
my man.
That's leadership.
Don't let him bully you.
Pause. If you swing at him, I will sack all my foods so it gets big enough where you can kill him in one shot because he has no flyers.
If I kill Barry, Eiley is going to smack me in the face, and she will kill me, and then she'll deal with Barry.
Okay, I need your help.
She will. Look, she knows it. Why do you
many-
think she's not even looking at me?
How
Or
many-
you? She's like, I will totally kill Lynch. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you're not wrong. With Barry
So, okay.
dead, like,
So,
15,
but I
could
think you
still
can work
win.
your way out of this a little bit.
How many do I need to sacrifice to live?
It's one last activated food, but you are gonna. I mean, there are gonna be.
Every time I get, I'm only gonna
So
gain
you're
2
gonna
basic.
well,
no,
think about it this
fuck,
way.
'cause it's
You're
gonna
only
get bigger.
gaining one because he gets one bigger each time.
The math might not be good here.
I don't
may
think
add-
because
I don't think I can live, so you swing at him.
If I may add, it's also a good move what you're doing. Because if you let him keep all this food, look how many 1/1 white soldiers he's gonna
Oh wow!
But that's not coming your way. That is a
But
guarantee.
that will happen after the B act. He'll have that next turn.
He'll have 10 soldiers. Make him set.
No, but
Okay.
I have to sack.
So
the
I
foods.
will just commit to this.
I have to. Yep, I have nothing else. I sack a treasure,
Trigger, paying distributor.
lose 1.
This goes up to 15. I
Yeah.
draw, and a Felwar Stone goes underneath.
You better get something sick. I'm using the 1 floating mana, crack a food to gain
So you
3
go
life.
1, 2, 3, and then you lose 1 to this.
Yep.
I
Just
then
in
go to
case
16, and
comes
then
into
exile
play
the.
later. So just in case it matters if you get down to 1 life, technically when you sack at the food, that's an activated ability. This is a triggered ability. This will resolve first before that will.
So she's just saying you be careful.
Just
how
in
you-
case.
Do the same thing again. Trigger, ping me.
Boom. 17. Rolling Vortex.
I have the floating. I'll crack the food to gain 3 life and
Lose
then
a life.
lose a life.
I go to 18. I exile Mana Barbs. Why don't I have more treasures? I wish I did. I know.
Float 1. Take 1.
So I go to 19 and I put Immolation Shaman.
I'm using that floating treasure to sack a food. I get pinged first, technically, and then I 1,
So this
2,
goes
3.
to 20 and a Lotus Petal goes underneath.
I'm gonna do it again. Ping. Trigger.
Was that your last treasure?
Yes, now I have no more.
21. There we go.
I will use the last floating to crack a food. I will get pinged, and then I will gain 3.
And then that goes against 22. 22 and Bergie. Oh, Bergie. You're the hero I needed.
I'm gonna sack 3 foods and draw a card. You're gonna get it 3 times. Took to draw a card. 1, 2, 3. You get 3 times.
Goes to
23.
25.
Okay.
And then I get Sensei's Top, a Swamp, and a Weather Runestone. Sorry, we're just trying to speed it up for y'all.
I'm gonna draw my card. Come on, one time.
Hot hand.
Instant board wipe.
Make a food.
I'm gonna sacrifice my last 3 foods and do it again, because I ain't no coward.
So I go to 28. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Barry.
I keep large dice for this deck.
going
It's
to-
about the size of the dice that matters.
Did you 3 more things?
No. So, Mana Vault,
Oh, Christ, there's
Crypt.
all your mana.
Sarid Dying Avenger.
Ali, say this is the one.
I bless thee.
Dude, Pain Distributor did it to you. You'll now always know this card.
Yeah,
You'll
I'll just-
never forget it.
I'll just.
So do you have to take damage now?
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Maybe not.
I take all the damage.
So I
I'm
am-
very, very, very dead.
Let
Just
me.
gonna make it bigger.
Well, I can't stop that, right? And
Not
I
with
need
that
to-
attitude.
I'll cast a Lotus Petal. Trigger.
2 more counters on this guy.
I'm gonna do Mana Crypt.
Trigger.
I'm gonna tap the Mana Crypt for 2. So I'll cast the Sensei's Top.
I'm gonna go to 41.
So you would have really been dead too. Whenever an opponent draws a card of control red permanent, this would have also done a damage to you. And then I should have exiled more cards to the Parasite.
Oh, because I get pinged more times?
You get pinged whenever you draw a card. How many did you draw? How many cards did you draw? So I would just exile 2 more cards. The Blood Seeker, and I get the Reaver Cleaver. Whenever opponent draws a card except the first, oh shit. Orcus thing would have dealt.
You were not allowed to activate.
The 2 card draws at the end with Pippin.
Okay, so then
Sorry guys, we just caught it. He wouldn't have been able to activate Pippin, so you wouldn't have drawn the 2 cards, so then these wouldn't have triggered.
Nope, you're
So
good.
this
And you
goes
get 2
back
less.
to the 28.
And you get Reaver
I
Cleaver and
don't-
Blood Seeker.
These go back in this order.
It's just such a complicated board.
So we're kind of caught up, right?
we're straight.
You just couldn't draw the cards, so you would have just gotten hit.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're well. Tap Command Tower. I'll do the Blasphemous Act.
Fuck yeah, response.
13 damage
0.
to each creature.
There's gonna be a response.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nothing. No response. 13 damage to each creature. When you cast that, I will put 2 more on him. That's my response. Are we resolving 13
I
damage
do
to each?
believe so.
13 damage to each creature. Yanwar Elf takes 13. He goes nighty-night. Boo, boo. All right, and then
You
Defiler.
you get this back. I have 1 floating mana from the Mana Crypt. What are you
13
saying?
damage has been done to my Vindicator, and I will simply shoot Barry in the face.
You don't want to shoot his commander.
Wouldn't be able to
it
kill
wouldn't
it
be
either.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay, 13 to my face. I'm down to 13.
Did any other artifacts to the graveyard for you?
And
5.
that dies.
5 was the number.
Oh, it prevented
Yeah.
and redirected.
So you're gonna lose 5 life. I get 5 more. So 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So I go to 33.
Thing is gone.
Yeah, the creature's gone.
You don't
But
get-
wouldn't it have seen it though, because it died at the same time?
Yes.
Right? It still does see it,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
So Bloodseeker, Reaver Cleaver, Soul Ring, Reckless Fireweaver, Tybalt's Trickery.
Jesus, that's not good.
Okay, well, I think we know what I have to do now with the 1 floating. I will cast the Soul Ring.
Trigger. Did that?
I'll tap 2 for the Soul Ring. I'll sack this for red, and I'll cast Bergie, God of Storytelling. Should have done that before I did the freaking Soul Ring.
Scrub.
Tap this for a black. Okay,
Don't you have an herb ward?
Yeah. No. This, the Mana Vault. I cast a Mana Vault, so I get 1 red floating, right, for
Yep.
casting this.
Yup.
Then I can tap this for 3 colorless, use this red. I can cast Mana Barbs. Whenever player taps the land for mana bar deals 1 damage to that player. Burgundy trigger, float a red.
Yeah, so also in response, I'm gonna float my mana.
Forgotten Ancient trigger.
11. That's like 51 counters on that.
I don't know how to get rid of that. I'm trying to get an answer.
Pass turn, close your eyes and let the pain go
I'm
away.
gonna use, so I have 1 red.
1 red.
I'll do this. Use the red.
Heard.
And doesn't matter, I'll cast Rolling Vortex.
Float a red.
Trigger, trigger.
You get a red.
I'm
And I
gonna
have no
respond
mana.
to this cast.
Okay.
I was just reading the card.
Sorry. Rolling Vortex says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, it deals 5 damage to each player. On the stack, you have priority, sir.
I was just kidding. Let it resolve.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, come on.
So I used the 1 red,
Sorry,
but now
thinking,
it comes
thinking.
back, right?
Yeah, on
because
cast.
of Bergie.
We're good.
Did you get your
He
counters
got
in?
that one. He's
I
got that one.
So I'll use the 1 red and 1 treasure that I'll crack. Cast Sardian Avenger. It's a 1/1 Goblin Warrior. When an artifact an opponent controls is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, it does 1 damage to that player.
In that case, I will respond.
But I still get the red right on the
On
cast.
cast.
So this is
Stack.
Well, you can technically respond
Man, if
to
I
the
say I'm
Bergie
kidding
trigger.
again, you guys are gonna get mad. It's just difficult to decide what to respond to.
I hear you. You can say kidding again because you're allowed to think.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that resolve.
Okay, so that resolves. So
Stop.
I still have 2.
Do something.
You do something.
I will then crack a last treasure for black, use the red, and I'm gonna cast Bloodseeker. It's a vampire. Whenever a creature enters a battlefield under opponent's control, you may have that player lose 1 life.
That I will gain 2 counters for.
So I have 1 mana left. That's it, right?
You have your 1 floating and nothing else.
1 floating that is red. YOLO, you only live once.
Is that what it stands for?
I will then play a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Time, you get a thingy.
I'm gonna put 2 counters on Forgotten Ancient.
I'm going to sack Lion's Eye Diamond, creating 3 black. This goes to the graveyard,
And you discard your hand.
and I discard my hand, which is a Tainted Pact. I then will tap the top to draw this card. I'll use the red and 2 black to cast Mayhem Devil.
Cast trigger.
Bergie. Counters.
Okay.
That is not what I was hoping.
2 left, huh?
My Kiss casts double-digit spells. Do you have an Aether Flux Reservoir in this deck, dude?
I will cast Immolation Shaman. The last 2. Get a red. Whenever an opponent activates the ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, it deals 1 damage to that creature or player. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I think that's it, guys.
All right.
Which you probably for you is you're happy.
So-
that
Fizzles.
goes.
Well, hold on. I had floating mana, so
Oh.
I'm gonna use that 4 mana.
Do one. I'll use that 1 to your opponents can't gain life this turn. I'll put that on the
Sure.
stack.
I'm gonna transform these 2 creatures with my 4 floating mana.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna also respond to your end of.
Turn.
I'm gonna tap sack 2 of these. Now I'm taking 2 damage, I think. When an
Mayhem
artifact
Devil
hits,
happens, and then
So I have a Sardian Avenger trigger and a sack trigger. Which one have first? Because it sacks first.
they're both controlled by you.
They still in single instances.
Yes, they're both triggered abilities. They are all single instances of 1 trigger each. He sacked 2, so he's gonna end up losing 4.
I lost the 4, I'm at 9.
But
So then I have to
yeah.
then do 1, 2, 3, 4.
But he already went to end step.
Yeah, he moved to end step.
Yeah, so those are
I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna besage you that enchantment.
Way to go, Barry.
On cast, get a thingy.
very.
That's not a cast, that's an ability.
Yeah,
Fuck, I'm sorry.
it's a channel ability because it's not on the battlefield. You're activating it. From
Yeah,
your
this
hand.
stuff is really hard to
So
stop.
channeling does not trigger the immolation
I don't
shot.
think so.
I
but
don't think so.
I'm gonna channel that mana.
I mean, this is gonna go through. This dies. I have no triggers because.
But you can go get basic land type and put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle.
Get a duel.
Tapped.
Nope, no tap. It just says onto the battlefield.
I have exactly 1 basic left. I mean, that was my end step, man.
So all of that's
Flash,
gone.
All this gets exiled.
Yeah, all of those are gone. Those ones are not.
Yes, they're gone.
No, because we've already passed the beginning and the end step.
So these are gone.
These are got exiled after we passed that
So
point.
these are okay. That makes sense. So these, because it was on my end step, it's
Yes.
the next end step, but everything else is gone.
Yes.
The Chromox, Reckless Weaver, Swamp, Weathered Runestone, Fellwar Stone, Taval's Trickery, River Cleaver, because this I did there. Swamp and a Mox Opal. If the Mox Opal might have been earlier, I can't remember. Whatever.
Ship it.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. I'm gonna
Upkeep, you do 1 damage because of my rolling vortex trigger.
take a damage.
Trigger.
Because of that, I
Get a counter.
and I get a land.
Because there's just
That
a lot of
exiles
things
off the
happening.
top. Whoa, this goes.
I'm gonna draw 3 cards instead of 1.
Take the 8.
It's not about the 8. I'm definitely putting 1 back.
Take 4.
I'll take, no, I can't afford it with all of his stupid triggers. I'll put 2 back. I'm just taking the 1 card.
Copy.
I'll tap for 5, cast Xenagos.
Read the card for the fans.
And you have anger
it's-
in the graveyard still.
It's an indestructible god. Yeah, I don't think he has enough devotion.
Okay.
I can only play Minsc. If I play Minsc, I could sack that, and I could just kill you, and I'm so sick of you.
Then
And
kill
then I
him.
can just kill her, but then you're gonna kill me. Xenagos comes in, he's a god, he doesn't have devotion. At the beginning of combat, another target creature I control gains haste and gets +X until end of turn, where X is that creature's power. So it's gonna double.
You should.
You want to
creature's
whisper that
power.
into his ear?
You should probably swing at Eiley. Huh?
I'm gonna go to combat. I'm
not-
dead, man. I'm dead either way, there's no way.
If you swing at Eiley
And she redirects to him,
Yeah.
what's Eiley gonna do to me next turn?
I'll probably give you a hug.
Oh wow. I'm top decking.
You what?
Top decking.
Top deck.
I can easily be a kingmaker, but I don't play that way.
No, me neither.
and so
King making's never good.
yeah, I could have put Minsc, sacked that, and made one of you king. The only chance that I actually have to win is hope that you guys see each other as the enemy. I'm gonna pass the turn.
Wow.
I know, weak sauce over here. That's
All
the
right.
strong
I don't
sauce.
like what's going on
your
here.
untap upkeep. I hit you for 1 off the rolling vortex.
Trigger, get a thingy.
Take 1.
Badink, get your thing.
I already took your life. You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight.
And then this goes Urza Saga.
This right here costs more
I
than my
will
rent.
also have my own trigger. Reveal a Phyrexian Delver. Take 5. Draw a card. I've done more damage to myself than any of you have.
So much damage.
Swamp is my land for turn. 4 mana. I'm gonna cast Hedron Archive.
Trigger.
I'm gonna tap the 2 swamps for 2 mana to sack Hedron Archive.
Okay.
And only take 2.
From Mayhem Devil trigger and Sardian Avenger trigger, a little later. And then I have to exile a Prismatic Vista.
Yeah, he's got the game.
I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Wait, if I had hit you with the trample, you'd still be able to, would we just,
I would die before this trigger resolves.
oh, okay, gotcha. That was the question.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't have a blocker. You don't need a blocker against me.
I'm gonna
Barry's gonna win this.
No,
pass
you're
the
gonna
turn.
win. Now
to-
standoff.
Going to pay for the Mana Vaults.
Where
Tap
will you get the mana for that?
The Mana Crypt and the Soul Ring to untap the Mana Vaults. I
Roll for the
still
crypt.
lose though 1 life
Yeah.
to the rolling vortex damage. You can roll for me and you can choose my fate, Barry.
Oh, I love that.
Like old school.
I love shooting dice. 5, 6, 8, 9, you're safe. Safe.
And that's the Eve.
50-50. I'm a craps player, baby. Ready?
Okay, yep.
There's your 12.
So I'm not safe.
There was only a 1 out of 36 chance of this happening, and it happened.
So I lose 3 life.
You do.
All right, I'm gonna swing it, Eiley, with Nixilis.
Okay.
I'm going to swing, because you only have 1 creature that can block.
Yes.
I can pay 5 to give Menace and +3/+3. So I'll swim Immolation Shaman. I'm gonna pay 3,
You can't do that.
and I can do it multiple times.
You can't do that. Activate abilities can't.
Yeah, you can't activate your own creatures. Oh, you stifled yourself.
I stifled myself from winning the game.
Are you doing anything else after the declaration of attackers?
So technically I didn't spend any mana
No.
except for this to pay for
the
that.
vaults, yeah. Pre-mayonnaise? I've been sitting on this since turn 1. I'm gonna mortify your commander.
Órale.
Destroy target creature or enchantment.
So Nixilis dies
He goes poof.
into my command zone.
Oop, there it is.
What?
Okay, so out of combat, because nothing happens now. So
I'm
now,
so pleased.
you guys.
Thoroughly pleased.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Recast my commander. Get a red.
I'll take 2 counters for that.
I will then use the red to cast the top, the orchard to spin the top. Put that there. I'm gonna tap the top. I'm gonna draw this card, put the top back. I'm gonna use the red. I'm gonna cast Meltdown, and I'm gonna pay 2 when I cast the Meltdown. So I'll do Meltdown for 2, destroy each total artifact,
Each artifact was CMC 2 or
2 or
less.
less.
Responds?
Each artifact? I have no artifacts.
Response?
Nope.
Okay,
You have-
start blowing shit up.
1, 2, so you have 6 artifacts.
Yes, but this is sacrifice, and I'm not going to sacrifice them in response.
Okay,
I
but
will
this
only
is gonna
it-
do this damage here. So Meltdown is cast. I will also blow up all of my stuff. So Totem is gone. My only way to get rid of Totem. I'm then gonna play the Bladed Pathway for my land for turn 2.
Just don't cast any spell. I have 69 counters on Forgotten Ancient. I've never been at this point in my life.
To keep 69 counters, I won't cast the Chain of Metamorphoses. How about that?
Flip the Apophis.
Flip.
But I did get 1 red right from the Bergie for casting the Meltdown.
Yes.
We're done?
Yep.
Upkeep?
Upkeep trigger, you lose 1.
Yes, sir.
Trigger.
Trigger of Nixilis.
criminy.
He gets the +1 counter, and I exile the Soul Ring.
I'm gonna draw 3 instead of my usual.
This is stressing me out. Look how low we all are.
Why?
It doesn't matter.
I
None of
destroyed
this
1 more.
matters.
You should exile 1 more card.
Oh, so this goes to 2.
I'm gonna draw just the 1. I'm gonna put
wait,
2
wait.
back.
Hold up.
Oh.
Because that was exiled, or during your turn, it would have been the Sensei's top. Sensei's top would have been exiled.
Wait.
The one that blew up all artifacts. So I had 7 artifacts go to graveyard, not 6.
So the top
Would
would
have been
be.
exiled. This is what you'll have under there from Barry's upkeep. Yeah.
So Dark Writ only.
And you're good. And
Sorry,
you're
guys. It's late. We're trying to do the best. I would have had, though, the 1 mana to spend, though, to cast it because I had a
That's
floater.
a red. Yeah, I guess you would have.
Because I definitely would have casted that for 1 red.
Sure.
Okay, do it quick.
Okay.
You cast
Meltdown.
Meltdown,
Right.
and I just had 1 extra.
We're sorry, guys. We're taking it back. Dad hit the graveyard and you forgot it did?
Yeah,
Because
it was in
it
my
was
lands,
hidden.
yeah.
This
So I
is
had
why we keep them
7
separate.
go.
You had 7 go. You took another one?
Yes. And you
That
exile
goes
the
up.
top card.
So I would have exiled the thing. I did have the 1 red floating, didn't I, Ray? I'm not
Yes.
confused.
No, you
I would
did.
have used the red floating to then cast this, which would have given me another 1 red floating, which I would have then just used to top.
So that puts me to 71 triggers.
I mean, that changes a lot of things. So then I would reorder this. I will still tap the top. To draw this card. And I will pass turn.
Okay, untap.
Stop, Lynch.
Upkeep, I lost that life, which is,
And then I get to do this, and then I exile the Sensei's top.
we got through the upkeep. I did draw the 3, but I put 2 back. So I've just got a command tower for turn. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready, buddy.
2 red, 2 green.
Yup.
I'm gonna cast Minsc, and
On cast.
they're on the stack. On cast. With this trigger on the stack. You wanna let this one resolve first, and then deal with just put?
I think I had the Deadly Rollick. You're a forgotten ancient.
No, you son of a no. I'm gonna tap a green, and let's say 2 more mana.
Oh my god, if you take me out right now, I'm gonna be so impressed.
I've been holding this since my opening hand. It's a silk card. Best 12 cents I've ever spent.
My man.
What is it?
1/1 counter on each of
And
up to
hexproof.
X target creatures you control.
my god!
Let's say this creature will get that counter will be 2 counters, so that's a 13. So now, auras, equipment, and modified creatures I control gain hexproof. In case-
My god! I can't believe you just did that.
Do it to him, Barry.
Oh, Barry. I couldn't give it to you though. I had to at least try.
you know what's gonna happen now, right?
Man, I got
My
a
hands are
big. Oh my
So now this resolves. I get 2 more counters from casting Minsc and Boo. Minsc and Boo enters. I get a little hamster.
Hold on. A creature enters the battlefield.
Yes, it did.
You will lose 1 life to the Bloodseeker trigger.
Go ahead and trigger your thing.
Come on.
So you
on.
you just took his life already?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
took
so
it.
trigger.
So this goes to 3, and I exile a Dark Writ.
This is heavy business.
I still would have gotten the 1 red floating though from Bergie.
From the red.
correct?
Relic, yes.
Mike, you know what you did? You opened up this board for me. I'm no longer afraid to face her one-on-one. And you tried to hurt me. Again.
I did.
Let's
because
minus.
I respect you as a player and I respect your board state.
I respect you too. I'm gonna sack Forgotten Ancient. What you guys have all wanted for the
Yes.
last. And deal, I think, 75.
Straight to my face?
75 damage to your mouth.
When you sacrifice it, this will trigger for at least 1 before the damage is dealt.
Go ahead, do your commander 1 time.
You know, I could draw into something. It's an enchantment and I don't have flash.
Something that gains you 75 life.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good! That was so good!
It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
Oh my
but I will say this.
I need a shower, I'm so wet.
Shizer.
Sweaty, you know, sweaty.
Oh, I'm
like-
dead. Because of that damage from sacking the thing, I don't have a
What?
miscalculated.
What? So what? You're 5 life. What do you mean?
Well, no, yeah, that's what it is. It's a 5/5
okay.
flyer. And I didn't calculate that trigger, and that's where I failed. Anyways, I passed turn.
So I'm dead though.
There's a
You're
chance I
super
could
dead.
die off my own card.
Go, pop it. Oh, set it! Let's go! I can't believe this! Hold on, you gotta stay. He's gotta stay in this scene.
If you're not sure what happened, Eiley died to her own draw trigger. She
lost
dealt 7 life to
my
herself.
revealed
Dog
card.
tutelage.
To her tutelage.
So she goes down, and even though you miscounted, the luck carries the gambling man. He gambled it away.
First game
and
I've
you
ever
came
won.
away with everything.
I think I remember how to play this game now. You wanna? Can I tell you guys something funny?
Okay.
Yes.
All those times that I was thinking I'm gonna respond.
Was that?
I had in hand for many, many turns a Force of Vigor. And the 2 targets that I kept thinking about were your Cursed Totem and your little reveal card that gave you an extra card in your hand. And I kept holding it back, thinking something worse might come. And then finish the game with the Force in hand.
He's alive! He's alive!
You guys are
He's
nuts.
alive! So because we've never done this again, all you other guests of IHYD that are amazing. That's right! What did you guys think of this game?
You guys are crazy.
Survived at 5 life. This was an incredible game, and this was such a great way to have you back on the show. You almost did some plays. You
didn't
stick
want
to
to,
the
man.
gun.
Yeah.
You chose not to king make, which is bad commander. You stayed to good magic, which is wonderful. It's how I've seen you teach me. It's how I've seen you teach your son. No, you've done such a good job, man, at being such a great teacher. I really love and respect you
Thanks
so
for the
much.
opportunity. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Thank you.
I really appreciate
I got
you guys.
lucky. I got
He has to
lucky.
get out of here. So
got
see
lucky.
you guys next time every other Friday. I hate your dad. If you want to support I Hate Your Deck, please consider joining our Patreon. It's an excellent community that we have built with people from around the world where we play Magic in our Discord using Spell Table. If you haven't had a chance to play online Magic yet, try out our Discord. It's a great community where people are gaming daily. And every Thursdays we have Commander Day where people play all day and night, but the community's gotten so big, Commander Day is almost every day at I Hate Your Deck. I Hate Your Deck would like to thank our sponsor, No Pulp Media. It's where we're shooting right now, and it's where a lot of people come to record music or do podcasts. So if you're looking to do that, check out No Pulp Media here in Long Beach.
Hey, it's time for the random Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Josh Tedisco, the Albanorican, and Marionette. Thanks, y'all.
If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community.